Quick video for today. We're going to be doing what your parents told you never to do with a telescope, and what the telescope box tells you never to do without the proper equipment. We're going to be staring directly at the sun. So I got this Mylar sunshade for a 6-inch Meade reflector telescope that I salvaged and modified to work with my Celestron mount, and I'm going to show you my procedure for safely looking at the sun. This is not instructions or advice, it's just how I do it, and I haven't burned my eyes out yet. So the first step is going to be to take the sunshade out of the box and perform a visual inspection. So once you got the shade out of the protective paper, we'll start the visual inspection. Glancing at the Mylar sheet, there should be no holes, cracks, rips, tears, anything at all. Once you've verified that with the first check, you can place the shade in front of the sun and you should be able to see only a little dot where the sun is, and the rest should look like total reflection. Then we're going to go ahead and put it on the telescope. Now, if you like to live dangerously, you could look right at the sun immediately, but I like to be a little more cautious, so I'm going to point the telescope at a blank spot in the blue sky, and what I should see is absolutely nothing. Total black, no light at all. If you see any light, your shade is damaged and you missed it in the first step of the visual inspection, and you almost just burned your eyes out. So the lens setup that I'm going to be using is a 2x Barlow lens into a 25mm objective. Both of those are from Celestron, and I use a 3D printed adapter to get them to work okay with the Meade reflector telescope. So now we make sure that we're on a blue patch of sky and not the sun. And then we'll go ahead and take a peek. And all we're going to be able to see is the camera reflection, and all I was able to see was utter black. So our sunshade is not damaged and everything is working correctly. Next we're going to go ahead and align our telescope with the sun. This could be a bit tricky because you can't use the finding scope because that'll hurt your eyes. So you're going to have to just kind of eyeball it. The sun's a rather big target. Just kind of look down the length of the telescope and try and block out the sun with the telescope. You can see it does take quite a bit to align it. Playing this at 4x speed took me a couple minutes. Not having that finder scope makes life a lot more difficult. So once you have that aligned, you can go ahead and take a peek, and you'll see a bright yellowish whitish ball. And that's all we're going to see for today, because we're at the bottom of the solar cycle. There are not any sunspots to observe. This telescope doesn't have enough magnification to really see granules on the sun's surface. I don't have the proper filters to be able to see solar. So through an atmosphere, it's a little bit harder to observe those kinds of things. So now that we're done observing, we're going to take the objective lens cover and drop it on the ground, then pick it up, and then cover the objective lens. This tells me that it's not ready to look through, and that I need to do some checks before I go look at its stuff again. Particularly if you're going to leave this outside with the sunshade on, you're going to want to make sure when you come back that you do at least some kind of visual inspection and probably look at a blank spot in the sky again. You don't want to come back to a damaged sunshade and then lose your eyesight. That would not be fun. So we'll put that away, and that's all for today. So anyway, if you like this video, please consider leaving a thumbs up and subscribing for more content. Also, don't burn your eyes out.